world of Greek mythology, where gods and mortals collide in epic tales and grand narratives, there exists a perhaps unsettling admiration for violence and vengeance. These ancient stories, revered for their grandeur and lessons, seem to unfurl a red carpet for the darker instincts of power and revenge. But why did the Greeks celebrate such ideals? And what influence, if any, do they have on contemporary culture? To begin unraveling this complex tapestry, let's journey back to the cradle of these myths, the pantheon of Greek gods residing atop Mount Olympus were not immune to the temptations and flaws that plagued humanity. They engaged in myriad acts of aggression and retaliation, often depicted as magnificent endeavors rather than moral failings. Take Zeus, the king of the gods, who didn't hesitate to wield his thunderbolt against both humankind and fellow deities alike. His justice often manifested through unrelenting power, a spearhead of dominance rather than diplomacy. Violence, woven intricately into these narratives, served as a symbol of strength and resolution. The heroes, adored figures like Achilles and Hercules, achieved immortality in part due to their martial prowess. Achilles, driven by wrath over his fallen friend Patroclus, sought retribution against Hector, an act immortalized as legendary heroism. Yet, even in victory, the cyclical nature of vengeance left a haunting residue, a reminder of the perpetual bloodshed it engendered. In the realm of Greek tragedy, the motif of vengeance crafted profound emotional and philosophical dialogues. Consider the story of Orestes, burdened by the oracular decree to avenge his father's murder by killing his own mother. This path of revenge, dictated by the gods themselves, raises questions of justice versus morality. Although the act restores a distorted balance of honor, it perpetuates an inescapable chain of violence and retribution. These myths, rich with allegory and metaphor, reflected the harsh realities of ancient Greek life. In a world where city-states often clashed and survival meant might, such stories provided a cultural framework to comprehend a life steeped in conflict. Through myth, the Greeks explored the complexities of human nature, illustrating that greatness did not arise from peace, but from an ability to conquer and exact revenge when wronged. Today, the echoes of these narratives still resonate in modern storytelling. From blockbuster films promoting the hero's bloody revenge arc, to literature and theater's continued exploration of these themes, one can trace the lineage back to these ancient roots. However, as our society evolves, so too does our interpretation of violence and vengeance, challenging us to reconsider their glamorization and reflect on their consequences. Ultimately, Greek mythology provides a fascinating lens through which to examine the proclivity for violence and vengeance as markers of power and virtue. These stories, while a celebration of strength and resolve in the face of adversity, also serve as cautionary tales of the relentless spiral that such ideals can engender. In understanding the tales of old, we are encouraged to learn from the past, shaping a future where glory is derived not from conflict, but from compassion and understanding.